I will.
There's no man's man, no man ever survived. Invisible hands are behind you just now. If you ever been that race against rage, then you became cause it's no man's land. Masses in heavy rain, ultimately fame. They shot a slave, what they done is in vain. Yelling AK-47, 24/7, but you got 11 persecuted by heaven. Comes with without affection, no indication. You got to let it move first, let it out, let it down, let it inside, let loose, let it in, depress. Let's get it up. Then what you gonna do is drop a hammer down, drop rhyme, drop hammer, take it like a labor. You got blood all over, ash all over, spit it out, some game's over. Tear up the fear, the end is coming in, spit it out like a spear, I'll burn the dread. No soul, robust, be bust, justice to the man with no life. Tear up the fear, the end is coming in, spit it out like a spear, I'll burn the dread. No soul, robust, be bust, justice to the man with no life.
I will.
There's no man's man, no man ever survived. Invisible hands are behind you just now. If you ever been that race against rage, then you became cause it's no man's land. Masses in heavy rain, ultimately fame. They shot a slave, what they done is in vain. Yelling AK-47, 24/7, but you got 11 persecuted by heaven. Comes with without affection, no indication. You got to let it move first, let it out, let it down, let it inside, let loose, let it in, depress. Let's get it up. Then what you gonna do is drop a hammer down, drop rhyme, drop hammer, take it like a labor. You got blood all over, ash all over, spit it out, some game's over. Tear up the fear, the end is coming in, spit it out like a spear, I'll burn the dread. No soul, robust, be bust, justice to the man with no life. Tear up the fear, the end is coming in, spit it out like a spear, I'll burn the dread. No soul, robust, be bust, justice to the man with no life.
I will.
Hello and welcome to the show. I am your host, Shànks the Red, and we're on really early today. My chat also wasn't loading. I came back down and it wasn't there. My soda isn't filled all the way, so can't feel comfortable starting until that's taken care of. Please tell me OBS is not. No. OBS is trying to update while I'm streaming. No, OBS, no. Camera actually looks good for streaming in the middle of the day. I just couldn't sit there. I had somebody I was watching on Twitch, but that just made it even more reason why I just wanted to get started. Which makes a little less sense because we're not playing our current game playthrough. We're starting a different game playthrough that's going to be put on hold for after the Mass Effect series, but I need to start it now. for my sanity. It's gotta be. Needs to be. Has to be. So... because this is before 8 o'clock, breaks aren't scheduled really, but if I like don't have anybody bother me until like our first break will be at 5 if nobody bothers me, then 6, then 7. I also haven't eaten dinner yet, so the dinner break will be longer, and then once we get to 8, it'll be our normal cast. Normal breaks and stuff. So, music's so loud. I gotta lower it a little bit. So, we are playing Dark Souls today. Let me get that set up. And I do play Dark Souls with the controller. It's actually been one of my concerns is my controller because Dark Souls is a game about patience and precision to an extent. It's nowhere near as precise as a platformer. So we're gonna start a new game. Shànks. High strength, high dexterity, high HP, solid armor. We're gonna play the knight, because knight starts with a good base vitality, and you're gonna see when I die a lot in the master key, because this is my first real playthrough of the game, so I don't feel any shame in using the master key at all. It's not black enough. Okay. Now it's black enough. And that's the character. So there's very few like cutscenes and stuff in the first Dark Souls.
The world was unformed, shrouded by fog.
And this is one of them. A really awesome opening to the game.
Crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire. And with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark.
That is a big fire.
Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith,
Yes.
the Daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight. and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten.
But I won't forget you. The audio sounds good.
Strength of lords.
So we're gonna leave it like this.
Challenge the dragons. Gwyn's mighty gods peeled apart their stone skins. Witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath the Scaleless betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more. Thus began the Age of Fire.
Fine. That is beautiful.
Soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers, and man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark sign.
The Armor of Thorns.
Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead.
Sir, you should close your mouth.
And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world.
Shit.
This is your fate.
Cruel fate it is. Oh god, what happened to your face? You look just like me. Come back. I just want to talk. Who are you? And oh god, that's awful. Actually, that's about as close as I can get to a good position on this game. Because, everywhere else sticks me in like a terrible spot. Here. And the sound does mute itself when tapped, so that's good to know for breaks. Dungeon Key. So I have played a decent amount of this game. Oh god, I fat roll. We're gonna have to change that for, well, for now it's okay. We're gonna have to change it, for the, in a little bit. And you'll see why. What's that noise? Oh god! Hi! How are you? What you doing in there, buddy? He's kind of scary. Oh yeah, you kind of have this fat roll, and then if you're like super naked, you have a faster roll. And your roll speed and your roll, well, your roll speed, its distance, I think, in Dark Souls 2 is determined by your weight percentage, how close to your max weight you're at. Which we're halfway, over halfway, which means we have the fat roll. Under halfway is where I think you need to be. Like, let's take this off. Yeah, and then we get a decent roll. So without my gloves, I can get an okay roll. This isn't really what you want either, because it's kind of slow. But it's workable. That's closer to what I want, so. When I need to, we'll be taking off my chest armor. And there is a stat to help with your fat rolling, to where you can wear armor and whatnot, without having to worry about it. There are also like rings, equipment, stuff like that to increase your load. At least there are in 2. I think there's a ring in 1. I don't remember though. I think it's the soldier ring. So when you sit at a bonfire, 2 things happen. Well, several things happen. You heal. Everything that isn't like special enemies respawns. Like bosses, mini-boss type enemies. And your Estus flasks, which we don't have yet, are refilled. So it's very useful to sit at bonfires. Also very dangerous while proceeding to like go back to a bonfire and hi, how's it going? How's it going? Oh, hi! And goodbye. That's the Asylum Demon. Typically in blind playthroughs, and I'm guilty of this myself, first time I encountered the Asylum Demon, people will sit there and try to fight him with this piece of shit sword hilt, because they don't notice that door. I watched one of my friends when I made him do the tutorial sit there for like an hour, hour and a half. Because he didn't notice the doorway either. Now that I have the shield, I might be way too heavy to just take off my armor and get my good roll. But, you know, it happens. Oh, we got a broadsword. Now shields are actually not that bad. They're not exactly the best around. Dodging is actually the best. Well, dodging and parrying are the best ways to reduce damage in this game, and you find that out very quickly. That was a trap that I knew was coming.
Oh, you. You're no hollow. Thank
Nope.
goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose
I
my
like your
sanity. I wish
shield.
to ask something of you. You and I, we're both undead. Hear
You've
me
got
out.
better armor than me too. Yes, I'll hear you out.
Regrettably, I have failed in my mission, but perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an
You're
old
not
saying
staring
among
at me.
family, thou who art undead art chosen. In thine exodus from the undead asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt
That's
know.
not exactly a saying, that's more of a legend.
And I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask. An undead favorite. Oh, and this.
We got the Estus and the key
Now
to the
I must bid
upstairs.
farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now, and thank you.
You got nice armor. And a nice shield and a nice sword. I like you. Here's the asshole who pushed that thing off the platform. So now he's dead. Fuck that guy. So we opened the door. People can also place like messages and stuff, but these are not people messages. These are that just taught me how to kick and how to jump attack. It's pushing up and using my attack buttons. There's an archer in there, and I know that. That's why I'm not like walking in there. Your stamina bar charges slower while your shield's up, so you want to try and drop it when you're safe and not at risk, especially after you just attacked. This also teaches you how to crit, also known as a backstab. I didn't get it, but we got close. Ooh, Hell Soldier Shield. Which one's better? 100% physical reduction. This one's better. I don't have the key for that section. I can't get it for a little while. We actually can come back to the tutorial zone. Reverse the white light. Hey look, it's this asshole. How's it going? So we can actually drop on his face and do big damage. With my roll, I kind of can't dodge his attacks, but I can like negate most of the damage, which is what my roll was doing. Like, it was kind of like a blocking without having to waste all my stamina to take the block, because the stamina will like eat your a block will eat your stamina, and a lot of attacks you can't really block anyway because fucking murder you. There's a bird's nest over there. We can't really use that right now though. It has a purpose. It's not a very important one. So we're gonna walk up here because that's all that's left. Another cutscene.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen.
Rumble!
To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
Nordran. Sounds cool. Oh, look at it. So beautiful. We are playing with DS Fix, by the way. That is a thing. Because it doesn't. It looks really blurry and without it. You don't get all the beauty that is what you see here. Normally I'd go endurance right away, but there's a weapon I plan on getting And we're gonna kind of farm that weapon. Well, there are 2 weapons I plan on getting, but I don't remember what the stats I need for the second one are.
Well,
But I need to
we
farm
are
to get both of
here.
them.
You must be a new arrival. Let me guess. Fate of the undead.
Why isn't your mouth moving?
Well, you're not the first. But there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the undead asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are, actually, 2 bells of awakening. One's up above in the undead church. The other is far, far below, in the ruins at the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happened. Brilliant, right? Not much to go on. But I have a feeling that won't stop you. So, off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land of the undead?
Maybe.
Ah, your face. You're practically hollow. But who knows? Going hollow could solve quite a bit.
I don't want to be hollow. Fuck you.
What? Restoring your humanity? Well, there are a few ways to go about it. Collect it bit by bit from corpses. Or you can butter up a cleric and get yourself summoned. And the quickest way, although I'd never do it, is to kill a healthy undead and pillage its humanity. Coveting thy neighbor is only human, after all.
You dirty, dirty man.
What are you looking at? Don't try anything clever. You might regret it. What? You want to hear more? Oh, that's all we need. Another inquisitive soul. Well, listen carefully then. One of the bells is up above in the undead church, but the lift is broken. You'll have to climb the stairs up the ruins and access the undead burg through the waterway. The other bell is back down below the undead burg, within the plague-infested Blight Town. But I'd die again before I step foot in that cesspool.
Yeah, fuck Blight Town.
Bloody hell, what is it now? You ask too many questions.
No, I don't. I don't ask enough.
What now? I'm not up for chatting. Leave me alone.
Fine. Oh, who's this? You've got an awesome mask, sir. Okay, so, we can kind of talk to everybody, and that's kind of what I'm gonna do, is talk to everybody, because this is my first playthrough on cast, first real playthrough, period, when it gets right.